Now, for those who aren't fond of the sometimes bizarre introductions or the very lengthy runtime on the videos, then I have a treat for you today, because this one contains neither of those. Yes, this is quick and dirty, straight to the point. We're going to skip the appetizers, no hors d'oeuvres, straight to the meat and potatoes. Yes. And today we're talking about KNULL and ABX. Now, I had only about 30 to 40 minutes to run with this guy, and my highest score was about 8.45 million. I do believe he can go much higher on my account, and this is at level 60 as well. I would imagine, I would predict that he can score over 10 million once I get into level 70, and probably make some changes, perfect his rotation a little bit more. Also, some runs just tend to be better than others, right? The proc just works out a little bit better, things like that. And with KNULL, actually, so I'm going to say this, that I'm finding more and more of these characters lately work pretty well with more of an active rotation than something that you really gotta religiously restrict yourself to. Like Thanos, his rotation, you want to be on point with that. I mentioned this before, like Thanos, Captain Marvel. There's certain characters that their rotation, it's got to be just in fact that to achieve the highest score possible. Now, KNULL, he might work very well with a very strict set rotation, but I haven't found that to be the case quite yet. Maybe somebody out there can share something like that, but I'm gonna play this run for you because I just recorded it, right? Throughout the day I have some bits and pieces of time to squeeze in some runs, and instead of being here in front of the camera and running it live like that. It's just some things to note when playing with KNULL. So most importantly, first and foremost, his 4 skill has accumulation. That's like, it's the most pretty much OP, stat you can have on a skill these days, right? The accumulation where it's on damage dealt, and he has that on his 4 skill, and it's 12 second, lasts for 12 seconds. It's on an 18-second cooldown. So that means, right, if you have max cooldown, every 9 seconds you could pop that, but you have it for 12 seconds. So you do have a few extra seconds as a leniency, right? So you don't necessarily need to pop it every time it pops up off a cooldown. So you can keep that in mind. His 5 does have an all attack buff, right, for 35%. You also have the crit rate and the speed as well. But depending on how you're building this guy and depending on where your cards are at, you might already have those stats capped. He also has a heal, but in ABX, you're not really too concerned about that. Now, his 3 has penetration, but it's only for 2 seconds, and I don't know how much of an effect it actually has in ABX. I don't think it's all that important to prioritize that penetration into the rotation. 3, I'm finding, is mainly just a cancelable skill to charge up his tier 3 faster. That's what I found. 2 seems to be where a lot of his damage actually comes from. You almost want to prioritize 2 on the proc. But yeah, so he may work with an energy. I'm gonna try to see if I can do a little testing with an energy with him whenever I have time. It might not be today, but I'm gonna try. Now, I did run this run with what for Universal Supervillain Day. I used those characters. I didn't try to achieve the highest score possible with by using the best supports possible for him. I use what's going to be available on Universal's Villain Day, right? So let me show you the build for those who didn't watch any of my previous videos on KNULL. We built this guy up to the max. Okay, so I have an absolute max build on this guy. There's nothing more I could do for him besides taking him to level 70. So he has a full stack of Odin's Blessings. He has 20. He's got a fully awakened ISO 8 set. I used Hawk's Eye. It didn't really matter as long as it was an attacking ISO 8 set, just because of the build on him and because of my cards. Usually, for a while, I needed everything to be Power of Angry Hawk because my attack speed was so low. That's not the case anymore for me. And he does have a really nicely rolled Rage. Obviously, no uniforms. The guy just popped into the game. Although we've had some characters to get uniforms, you know, as soon as they came into the game. I'm ranked 15 with this build. Some players probably got his potential and all that. Oh man, I almost made the same mistake again. Not showing you guys the cards. And just a small discussion on this. Okay, so my cards are pretty good. Not gonna lie. So I have 126.5% physical attack on my cards, and I have 16% pierce damage. Now, from what just my experience, it doesn't seem like pierce damage really has any or much effect in ABX really at all. Somebody said that, I actually just mentioned this a little while ago to me, that for every 1% of pierce damage, it's equivalent to like 1% of damage. It basically increase your score for 1%. I don't know if that's actually the case or not. It seems like maybe that could be the case, but I really haven't found, like, as I increased the pierce damage on my cards, I really didn't see much of an, increase in my score. But, I suppose 1 for 1 could be the situation. We really don't know yet at this point. But I would just take my actual physical attack to be into consideration on that note. 126.5, and I really didn't discuss. So with this team up now, this is with team up. He has 70. He has 70.7 thousand physical attack, right? And here are the rest of his stats. I did kind of click on that page, but yeah, that's where he's at. 70.7 thousand physical attack with this team up. Without team up, here, let's see where he's at without team up. It's 55 without team up, just so you guys know. All right, I'm gonna sneak this into the video. Continue watching. But the team, now you have a few different options in my opinion. This is the team up that I used in this run, Thanos and Hela. Now you could use Thanos and KNULL, right? It's basically you get the all attack, makes HP. This one you get all attack and ignore defense. Or you could go in the route of using Ronin and KNULL. You get all attack crit rate. So if you need more crit rate, right? If you're not capped on that, you could use that as well, right? Because hang on, what's that? 5.2. This one is 5.1. Actually, you get an extra 0.1 all attack. But this is the team that I ended up using. And yeah, like I was saying, the rotation that I'm using, it's more of an active rotation. I'm just kind of prioritizing skills. I'm just doing what kind of feels right after running him for like 30 minutes. This is just kind of what it developed into. Now, like Sentry, with especially with an energy, which I have on him now, you need to stick to that rotation, right? It's got to be that rotation. Otherwise, he's gonna play really bad for you. It's not gonna work out well for you. But if played right, it's very rewarding, especially when it comes to KNULL. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into this, and I will talk through this here. So let's turn that off. Let's pop this up here. There we go, and let's play this run. My apologies if this is loud for you guys. See if I turn that volume down there. Okay, yeah, like I said, 3 is like a cancelable skill, and I do 4 to get that accumulation up. 5, I tend to cancel it once that first like explosion, right? He kind of explodes, and then 2, there seems to be really good damage on 2, fitting 2 into the proc, and I don't hold the tier 3. You'll find I don't hold it, but I think it would be best, like once he does that first slash, for the proc to start to activate on that slash. That seems to be the best case. Yeah, as you notice, I didn't wait for the 4 to come off cooldown there because, like I said, you have an additional 3 seconds with that accumulation to get it back up and going again. So here, let's see, there's a proc activate there. It's a little late there in my opinion. It would be a little late, and yeah, as you can see, 3, I'm basically just canceling it, right? It's got that very long cooldown, just like Ghost Riders, and it's actually adding a lot to actually charging the tier 3. And he has, now here, I actually probably should have went into his tier 3 to cancel the roar. You know, like I said, this is me developing, you know, better runs, better rotation with them. And you can see I'm holding the 2, right? You actually don't have to hold it. If you just tap it, it'll continuously go until you know, move or hit another skill. So here, actually, it's not a terrible proc. I find if you can hit the tier 3 and then the 5 and get that explosion on the 5 after, you know, he does that first slash and then hitting the 2, and if you could fit all that into the proc, that works out pretty well. But, you know, you want to always try to keep that accumulation up. And yeah, he has Paralyze on 3 of his skills. No, 4 of his skills. So, you know, there really shouldn't be any reason why you can't cancel that roar. It is like a second or 2 of a delay on the 2. It's when he jumps up and then slams down and the cage starts coming up, right? But you can see I'm just prioritizing certain skills. There's not a super strict rotation with this. But, you know, I've heard people doing like 4 canceling the 5, canceling the 2, and that, you know, working out pretty well for them. But I tried that, and it, you know, it wasn't working as well as something like this was for me. So yeah, if I get the proc there, so like that, I think is like a perfect proc going into his tier 3. That seems to be working out really well. And it's easy because, you know, you can hold that 2, get good damage, and wait for other skills to actually come off a cooldown. So I feel like there's a ton of flexibility when it comes to this guy. And as you can see, we're almost at 8.5 million here, right? And like I said, let me pause that. Yeah, like I said, I'm still, you know, this is brand new. I haven't done a whole lot of gameplay with them. Actually, the only gameplay that I've really done was what I've done in the video over the past couple days, and then this for like 30 minutes. I'm not sure if I'll have a whole lot of time to take him into ABX later. It'll all depend on how quickly I actually get through my world boss runs. I try to play KNULL every day. Actually, I took KNULL in. I did a call clear with him today. Just, you know, I suppose I could have got his potential using him as a striker, but I wanted to play with him. I'm a knucklehead. I forgot to run him yesterday. I thought I had another run left, and I didn't. And as soon as I finished the run, I'm like, no. But I did get 11%, so I suppose that's better than 4. Because with my luck with getting the potential, especially on like these native tier 2, well now native tier 3, it's like I get like a very slow 4% every single day, and it's terrible. But yeah, there it is, guys. A nice short video. I don't know why those are still popping up, but sorry, man, I cannot play ABX right now. A very short video for you guys. I wanted to get that out there for you. You know, it might be a little premature because, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of time to actually, you know, run with him. But, you know, I think I got enough in to realize that he's meta for ABX, right? Say bye-bye to, you know, Dormammu, Thanos, you know, Loki. The only thing is, when it comes to burn season, he doesn't have any burn on his skills. So I don't know if he'll be essentially, you know, say strong enough to not cancel at all. Not to cancel the roar at all, or you might have to do a switcheroo. You might have to pop Loki in to just, you know, cancel the roar, or Thanos, or Dormammu. You could pop either one of them in, but Loki seems to be the best for ABX. You know, he scores higher than Thanos and Dormammu, so popping him in and working something out like that. Thing is, we don't know how, you know, like when they're going to increase the cap, or what they're going to increase the cap to. My guess is they're going to increase it to around 10 million. And I would think that actually on a lot of days, I know I can score 10 million on a lot of days. Not all days. There's definitely days where I don't, but you know, I get close to it. On if I'm not hitting it, I'm getting close to it. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that because ABX has kind of been, I haven't been really motivated to play it just because every day is a very easy cap. There's no day where I have to run it multiple times. But that's just me. I can't imagine that it's like that for everybody. But I'm glad that everybody's able to get, you know, the new, you know, all the rewards. I'll say this. I hope when they do increase the cap that they increase the rewards too, right? So all the rewards stay the same where they are, and then they just add more rewards as the cap increases. You see what I'm saying? And let's hope that it's even crystals, right? Maybe even like 10 crystals, right? Say if the cap's 10 million and they give you 10 crystals, or a guaranteed 6-star card, or you know, even like, I don't think we need Uru from there. I wouldn't be a huge fan of that. I'd say either crystals or a card, or maybe I don't know, maybe even like a 6-star ISO 8, but something guaranteed. I would be a fan of that. Oh, I wanted to do this. So I ended up running this like once. I had time to run this like one time. Let's see what I get here. Try to do this stuff with you guys, right? So I save it. Because there's a couple days. There's like one of the pieces, stage 4. It's not the worst thing in the world. There's a couple pieces that I don't have, like this one here. I think it's 7 that I don't have all the characters for. So there's a chance that I won't get it. This one I've actually had. I was having really good luck in the beginning because I don't have Elsa. And I'll run this mission first, and if I don't get the piece, then I won't run the rest of them, just to save time. I know you get tier 3 materials, and I suggest, like, if you need tier 3 materials, that you do run this, especially if you don't have all the characters. But out of 5, I think I've only gotten 2, which I'm supposed to have a 75% chance, right? Because I have Doc and Thanos, which is kind of strange. Well, let's pop these 2. Let's see if we get anything good here. That's bad. We want, you know, we want the Awaken, fully Awaken. Oh, and there it is. There it is. That's a really good one, actually. I like that. Yeah, so this one, I mean, damn shame I didn't get those all the days. It's like, you know, you don't want to Awaken Elsa just for that, right? Because it's going to change. Let's see if we get any Odin's Blessings. We have 5 here, and we have 5 on the other one as well. Oh, all right. Actually, I haven't got one of those in a while. So that's gladly accepted. And another one? No way, dude. No way. Wow. That's pretty awesome. I was about to say 3 for 3. No. Okay, we have 2 more left, though. We could get another one. 225 EOD. Better than a 6-star Uru. And that's the worst one possible. Well, maybe physical attack, right? Or physical defense. Alright, so we have, right, 5 of these. Let's see. Yep, 5. Very nice. Okay, 5-star card. 100 TCP. Not bad. 100 EOD. Okay. What else? 5-star card. We want the 6-star. I mean, ideally we want the 6-star. Another 5-star card. Okay. Alright, guys. Hey, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this gives you an idea of where Null falls for ABX. You know, imagine if I gave him, like, the best supports possible, right? Because it's no restriction. He'd be able to score really, really high. But, yeah, I hope this helps you out. Gives you, shed some light on, you know, what's going on with that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. But you know what? You better stay tuned. You better stay breezy. But most of all, stay safe out there. Adios.